Okay, so here is the new mailbox file for the flower basket inserts, okay? So I'm gonna do a quick tutorial on how to assemble it. All right, so if you notice these black spots here are just some spots where I added some paint, okay? I just glopped up some black paint, dabbed it on. It just adds a little bit of thickness because these are the spacers, and you want your spacers to be a little bit extra thick because if you painted your pieces, those will be a little extra thick. So that way our insert here slides in nicely. So it's just a quick little easy tip. Go ahead and add some paint to especially this piece and then right here, okay? So you have your pieces numbered here. This is the easiest one to start with though. Line up at the bottom there. Okay, and make sure your tab is not covered at all or exposed. Make sure you're lined up nicely at the bottom. Okay, so this is number one, this is number two. So I'm gonna put that on. And you can notice that this is a little bit low here, so this is leaving us space there for that space to, or that insert to slide in. Okay, and then this one's gonna go right on top. So this one I'm gonna line up to that bottom edge there. Okay, so it'll create that little slot there. All right, and then we're gonna glue the top of our mailbox on. And you have that little now especially you want to make sure that you're lined up on the top edge here. Okay, so that edge there should be nice and flush because that's where your flower basket inserts will come down. And then this piece is going to go right on top, and that's going to create a little spacer there too. Okay, so then your little flag here, okay? So our flag, you have two circles there. And then if you notice, there's a little arrow there, okay? So you want your flag pointing in that direction. So I have that there because you don't want your flag coming up too high because some of our baskets, this one doesn't, but some of our basket inserts will have pieces that hang down here. So you don't want that coming up too high. So you can keep it at that location or you can put it a little bit lower if you like. There is there are a few, like the snowman parts where his scarf comes down. That one will go right under it. There's also the succulent one. If you have the succulent one, that one has the lowest piece. So go ahead and glue your whole mailbox together, put your succulent piece up here, and then you might want to check where it lies because if you've changed your succulent, that one long plant piece, it may bump into this. So if you just want to double check that one insert. Okay, but I have that arrow there as a guide. So as long as you're there or a little bit lower, you should be good. Okay, and then, so that gives us room. And then when you're painting these pieces, these will be interchangeable too. When you're painting these pieces, don't put any paint up on the tab. I got some up there and just kind of wiped it off because that makes it thicker. Leave the tabs top and bottom, and then they will slide in this space here. Okay, take that out, and then you have a back piece. Okay, so this back piece is going to hold your insert in. Okay, so you're going to glue that on. And again, you want to make sure your top edge is flush right there. You don't want to make sure that this is sticking out at all. And then also in the file, if you need it, if your material is a little bit thinner or you want it for extra stability, there is a piece like this that you can just glue on just to give you added strength if you need it. Not all material, you won't need it. Okay, and then you have your stand. And then for the numbers, if you'd like to add numbers, you can. Keep your numbers a little bit lower. Don't put them up at the top because then these pieces will bump into them. So I have them a little bit lower. That's the only thing to pay attention for that.